Hi.
Hi.
We're live.
Hey, we're live.
Tell me if
Casey,
my
what's
Wi-Fi sucks because next week's guest is going to be the Optimum attendant.
perfect? You're I'm surprised you're in your bedroom. It sounds better than last
Does
week.
it? Okay. I have the Optimum. Everyone who's been sticking with us knows my Wi-Fi is triggering for everyone involved at Cakes internally and anyone watching. So it's a journey.
It is. You have your coffee?
You know what? I got so busy. I like didn't have time for my
Oh my
coffee.
God.
This is a bad look.
Well, I'll make it up because look at the cute cup I got from Anthropology. I'm
What did
just
you
like,
make? What
I
kind of
made
coffee?
I made a with my Nespresso machine. I did 2 shots of espresso with almond milk and cinnamon powder.
You're gonna be buzzing.
I am gonna be buzzing. I need it though because this is gonna be. I gotta like this is prepping for my live tonight. I'm going live
Oh,
tonight
you're
on
going live
TikTok.
tonight.
I'm going live tonight on TikTok for 2 hours by myself. So this is my prep.
Oh my God. I can't wait. Oh, Anna says we need the boob mugs. Yeah, we need the boob
I know.
mugs. If anyone has a boob mug, hook up.
I know. I
Um,
gotta create that.
how are
Hi
you gonna go
guys.
live for 2 hours on TikTok? Like what are you gonna do?
I really haven't thought through it yet because I'm such a spontaneous person. I kind of want to do kind of like get ready style chit chat, like kind of
FAQ.
talking FAQ style. It's really just going to be we have a sale going on our TikTok right now. So if anyone's been wanting to shop cakes for like a second pair to gift right now, we're doing 15% off TikTok. So you might as well go through TikTok shop to shop with us there. But FAQ style, kind of, it's a good way to refresh for old people who have been with us for a while, but also new followers to be like, okay, hear it from us. Like, this is what the
Yeah.
product is. This is how to wear it, stuff like
Well, if
that.
anyone can go live for 2 hours, it's you by yourself.
I know, I could talk to myself all day long.
It is really hard. So I used to do QVC, as you know,
Right.
and we would go on with a guest host. So you'd go on with two people,
Hmm.
and it was so much easier to keep the conversation going. But to be live by yourself is really hard because you're also like making up conversation with yourself, literally.
Yeah, I really I'm excited to do it because implementing this into our strategy moving forward for 2025 with like live selling, I feel like it's a really good test once we have our like content studio
Yeah.
done. Should we tell people about what we've
Yeah.
been
Yes.
kind
Well,
of giving
this is
people?
perfect for our first segment. Our first segment is water cooler
Yeah.
talk. So we just kind of chit chat about oh yeah, I was a QVC guest host for another brand. That's what led me to my TikTok debut. But okay, so first segment is water cooler
Okay.
talk. What's going on? Do you want to give everyone an update on the studio?
Yeah. So, well, should I just say who I am? I
Yeah.
don't know if people are confused with like Casey
Oh
dyed
yeah.
her hair brown. I'm,
We're
I'm
no
the new
longer twins,
Casey. No
except
longer
we are
twins.
dressed exactly the same.
As always, Taylor has always wanted to low-key be me from the
Yeah,
beginning, anyways, if
true.
people don't know. But if you are new here, hi, I'm Olivia. I head up our social media, and I'm filling in for Casey today. You've probably seen me bop around your FYP for the past couple of years. I haunt myself to this very day. So just seeing what we're up to. I'm so excited to see like new faces and people joining. I'm kind of like looking to see if I know anyone or if anyone seems familiar. But okay, guys. Oh, your mom. Hi, Lynn. Um,
That
that's
well, you know what? Our view count is way up this week because the first week it was like 13 people and it was like my mom and my dad and Madison.
yeah.
So, oh, and Anna and like employees only,
We told everyone to
which is
join.
actually
So, but
kind of fun.
it is because we don't really get to talk to everyone on other different, like, I know us on the marketing side, it's like we're not always talking to everyone on the ops side every single day. So when we used to talk to people, like I used to talk to Desiree like every single day, and now we barely talk to each other. So it's nice to see that she's in here too. Okay, besides the point. Hi, everyone. We are opening? We are doing our HQ on the East Coast, right? And it's going to be, can we say where it is?
In Connecticut. Yeah.
In Connecticut, yeah. So kind of just like homebound for us who live here over in Connecticut, New York. We have some people in Boston, just like the East Coast girlies to come together and do content and meetings. And just with the uncertainties of what is happening over in California right now, I think having a plan B with another home base would be like really nice for us. So, Taylor, do you want to kind of go into
Well,
like a
the
little bit of the backstory of like the inspiration behind it?
Well, it's basically the concept of it is a social selling studio. So instead of thinking of it as an office, we're developing the first social selling studio for cakes. So it'll be a place where, we're thinking about the future of retail and how to build more connections with our customers on large scale. And so, how do we do that through social media in a more meaningful way? So, doing things like this, doing more live, social selling, social events. Um, Obviously, there will be an in person element as well, but really focusing our office space around social media because we believe that's the future of retail. So, we
Yep.
want to be on the cutting edge of it and have a space that allows us to really social sell and social just create content. So I think it's kind of the future, not to be dramatic.
It
And
definitely is.
we've been slinging cakes from our home offices, our kids, like basement play areas. And my sister had been working, co-founder had been working out of her son's bedroom for like 2 years. So we had finally, most people know this, we had finally opened our office in the Palisades. Now the Palisades is not opened and not livable right now. So we're calling home the East Coast for now for our
Yeah,
East Coast team, and then we'll figure out where our West Coast team members are going to relocate to.
for sure. I think, which is like really cool to see because that kind of like segues into what I wanted to talk about with how funny it is that 3 years ago, when we would literally spend all day creating content from like our bedrooms, our cars, anywhere that we could, like Taylor and I would go out to lunch and then be like, okay, we got to make a piece of content right here. And how that has shaped the business where it is today solely through storytelling and content, and how content is the bulk of this business. So I feel like how crazy it is, how it sounds so funny, like, oh, you're making content all day, like videos, like funny videos, but it's really shaping the way that people are buying from
Yeah,
businesses. And I
yeah,
think it's going to be a really beautiful place where we could go and kind of like this space that's being built for us. It's going to have different sections. So it kind of looks like we're all in different places, but you guys will get in here. We're all in the one place, but it's going to be like different sections and different places. I can only imagine kind of like how QVC was laid out,
yeah.
when you go there, like different rooms would be like different places.
Mm-hmm. You'd have your home set, your bathroom set, your fake family. One time I had a fake family on QVC. I had two adorable little kids
Oh my
and a
gosh.
nice husband, and it was great.
How old were you?
Um,
Were you like in your
you know what?
mid
Now that
20s?
I'm thinking of it, I think I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at Kaylee. She took so much pride. She hadn't lost her cakes in over a year. Use them till you lose them. Till you lose them. You are a walking billboard for that.
Yes.
And then Siege was just saying she just told her 70-year-old mom, see if your mom likes them in a bralette or a bra. A lot of our more mature customers might not wear cakes alone.
Hmm.
So thank you so much. I love a mother-daughter cakes combo.
Me too.
My mom is in the chat if anyone sees Lynn Fink bopping around.
She's
Um,
the best.
what else is going on? What's going on this weekend? What are you doing? Olivia's our Gen Z representative of the office, and I pretend I'm Gen Z, but I have more responsibilities. So tell me, what's going on?
Tomorrow is Teddy's birthday and my grandma's birthday. They share the same birthday. So Teddy is my boyfriend of 8 years, high school sweetheart, and my grandma has the same birthday, and they are both like my favorite people in the world. So it's so ironic that they have the same exact birthday. And we're gonna do lunch for grandma. And then dinner for Ted at night. So that's kind of like what my weekend entails. And then, of course, Super Bowl is on Sunday, and I've kind of converted into I actually like football. Like, I
Big news, big announcement.
big news. Like in the beginning, I was like, what are we watching? I couldn't stand it. I had no idea what's going on. So, I don't really know the logistics or all the things that they say and why they flag it, but I watch the game now and I get into it. So I actually enjoy Super Bowl and I like to guess who's gonna win and like that sort of thing. I don't actually bet because that's not my forte. But I do like Super Bowl.
I want to
So
know who is a Super Bowl football fan here, because if you asked me, I wouldn't even know who's playing. And I didn't know it was this weekend.
yes, it's always yeah, who's a Super Bowl fan? I do have thoughts. It can be around a little bit of the, I don't really know the logistics. Maybe I should put that in that new Slack thing that you started today. Um, that quote. I do have thoughts. So it is the Chiefs and the Eagles,
They're
and
good.
they're good, I guess. But I have thoughts around it, and it's a little bit of like a hot topic. I think it's rigged, personally. Like the Chiefs can't be going to the Super Bowl for 3 years in a row. Like I don't, something about it seems off. And what I understand from listening to my dad and
It's
Ted
rigged.
when they talk about it is that the refs are doing shady things that people like that diehard football fans are catching on to. And I don't get it, but I listen to them and they're like, this ref is making calls that they wouldn't do normally or they don't do to other teams. And it seems like they give people on the Chiefs or Patrick Mahomes um, slides. And for some reason, I have a feeling that since Taylor Swift has been in on it and she's giving them airing time and people are coming and watching and the Super Bowl has
She
been
has
so
revived the
good,
NFL.
she has revived the NFL. And I have a feeling that it has to be. So I can't be rooting like I like Travis and Taylor, but I'm rooting for the Eagles. I want the Eagles to win.
Okay. But who would be rigging it? They're saying the
The
NFL.
NFL or like it has to do something with the plays are written previously. Like going into the games, they're all written out by the refs. And
What?
the refs are making these plays and they know who's going to win.
This is like Deflategate.
Agree. See, Lynn agrees.
Okay. All right. Who thinks this is a conspiracy theory that we should get behind and continue digging into? Or is this just a wacky tin hat thing? Okay.
Taylor Swift is rigging it. We
Casey
said
thinks
no.
Taylor Swift is rigging it. Don't get us canceled, Casey.
Don't.
Speaking of getting canceled, um, the drama of the week. Okay. I want to be sensitive with the approach to this, but what
Ooh.
has everyone seen? Oh, Chiefs owner paid off the refs. How's everyone feeling about has everyone seen the Ye and Bianca Sensori dress, who I also thought Bianca Sensori was Kim Kardashian until this
I
week.
did too.
They
Literally.
I had never heard of her. I never knew who she was until this week.
I have obviously seen her online anytime they go out in public together and it seems like they say that Kanye is dressing her
Mm-hmm.
when they go out because it's so notorious and in the show of the Kardashians, if you follow the Kardashians, it's like Kanye shaped the way that
Yeah.
Kim was dressing for like the past like couple years or whatever. So anytime I see her, it's always when she's wearing something outrageous and it makes the world talk about
Mm-hmm.
her. But I had no idea who she was either or how they came to be. And I didn't even know he got remarried. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like he's a girlfriend, like, that's his wife,
Yeah.
apparently. And I had no
Yeah. They
idea.
got married, I think, 2 years ago.
But
So my takeaway from the situation is putting them as people aside, because I can't even go there. What it reminds me is in order to create content that people talk about and care about, there's one thing that it needs to be rooted in, and that is conflict, tension, drama, a deep conversation, not like, oh, can a woman go naked or not, or can she make that decision or can't she? It's like this, there's so much depth behind this tension that the conflict is rooted in.
right.
And it's like, I think my where my head was going through all of this is like, what can brands like look at this as a case study of how the world got so obsessed with it very quickly. It went viral overnight. It was bringing out a lot of depth and a lot of deep conversations and conflict because of gender roles, because of um, is this an empowering choice by her or is this a disempowering and
Hmm.
like degrading choice by him? And there's so much conflict. So my thought is like, how do brands, and I think it's something brands stay away from, is just the idea of using tension and conflict in how you're speaking about your brand.
Absolutely. I 100% agree because it's all rooted in like an emotion. And all I've seen is negative emotions towards
Mm-hmm.
it. I've really tried to dig and do my own case studies on was there any empowering thoughts around it? Or did anyone ever have that feeling of maybe this was her decision or they did it together and it was something to start a conversation? But I really haven't been able to find something
Yeah,
like that so
I know.
far.
And it's so hard, obviously, like this is a hard one to make to speak about in if you look at the case study as its own. Like I don't even like really talking about this example because there's so much wrong with Kanye West that I I don't even want to touch him with the 10-foot pole. But I guess Olivia, thinking about like for our brand, I feel like we've had to dive into some tension. And it doesn't need to necessarily be like political, but like what are some of the things that you feel like points of tension that we've been able to like feed into that you feel like get people fired up?
Mm,
Or drama that maybe like other brands might stay away from,
mm.
because like drama is like a core part of our content strategy.
Right. I think a lot of it, our first drama, and I think I did a funny TikTok on this a couple days ago, actually, with a trending sound, was when we first launched Cakes and we were talking about on the internet, and was something where like people really weren't talking about nipple covers. Like Cakes is what made people like want to talk about this
Mhm.
product and be a part of like people's closets. Like nipple covers and pasties were kind of just something like cheap and whatever. So I feel like when we first came on the internet and we started promoting this product as, you know, the next level of nipple covers to come out, people were so against it because of the free to nip movement, obviously, and kind of like we are not a part of empowering women to go out and
Mhm.
dress the way that they want to, which is actually the complete opposite of what we wanted to do. So going in with tension of, you know, negative hooks or reading people's comments and kind of like testing that and like those conversations of being like, hey, these are for the times that you don't want to cover your nips or you do want to cover your nips, and going into a deeper mission behind it is something that we always touched
Yeah.
upon. I also think some other negative or like hooks to start tension is starting our pieces of content with irrelevant conversations or things. Like I know you do this a lot when it comes to like I'm literally in the drop off line and like my headlights are out or I'm picking up Logan from preschool or stuff like that. So like it's either like a wardrobe malfunction or something that us women go through on a daily basis. I talk about like the creepy men at the
Mhm.
gym and like stuff like that, and kind of like building off these emotions and relatable things that we go through on a daily basis. And it's kind of funny to see how people are like, oh, you're so right.
Yeah.
Or like maybe it's a new conversation starter there.
And I don't even think like I think when we say tension, some people think, oh, it has to be something so negative or political or something so controversial. It's like you can have a strong point of view,
Mm-hmm.
and by having a strong point of view, that innately is controversial because not everyone is going to agree with you. So I think it's really important, and something brands stay away from too much is what is your point of view on situations that are related to your brand, because you should have one and you shouldn't be afraid of saying it out loud, because even
Totally.
though 20% of people might unfollow you or troll you or whatever, the 80% of people are not going to feel indifferent to you. They'll actually love you.
Absolutely. And I also think when it comes down to the people, like the 20% that you say, those are the people that are behind the camera, kind of those are the ones who are always out there to be the most verbal and like want to go out and like um troll or whatever it is. But then the other 80% of people, I find myself to be like this, is like oh, I start thinking about something, I like it, I save it, I share it, but I'm not always the one to be in the comment section to always start a conversation.
Hmm.
I'm kind of a quiet follower unless I really have something to say. So I feel like the majority of people out there are also quiet
Yeah.
followers who agree with you and share within their circles of people, or they like or they save, and it's not always those are the ones to be like rooting for you in the comment section, if
Yeah.
that
I
makes
think people
sense.
are a lot louder with the negativity. And it's like once you get one negative comment, they all
They just
pile in.
keep, right, they just keep coming. Like,
Yeah.
even I think this is like so important because it really upset me at the time, but I kind of learned a lot from it. Was I did a whole like cakes review, and it was a really good video, and then it turned into one negative comment about my appearance, and then it spiraled from there, and it turned into the snowball effect of people like going away from what the actual root of the video was to this very small minor thing that was probably not even a second long. And it's really interesting to me to see how that just spiraled into something huge from
Yeah.
there. And I know you have been through the same thing as well on your personal
It's
channels.
it's when someone takes some minor thing that the content is not even about, and then they pile on the negativity, and that is to a lot of times without you even intending to create conflict or drama. There's
Right,
conflict and drama unfolding in the comment section because people innately need to feel some kind of being in the right or being knowing more. Like people need to feel this drama. Megan, my old coworker and one of my good friends,
yep.
says addressing the drama intention head on is a great way to flex your authenticity and point of view as a brand. And I
Ooh,
agree completely. I think that's such a good point. Um, Also, I got to wrap up soon.
yeah, let's wrap
But
up.
guys, hope everyone's having a nice coffee. Let's do this again. This was fun having guest star Olivia here. Tell
Thanks.
everyone what's um going on TikTok so they join.
Yeah, so I am going live on TikTok at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are a part of a TikTok wide like promo for Valentine's Day. So I'm gonna do like a little FAQ session, very similar to what I am doing now, but I'm gonna be alone. So come to the comments and ask me things. Like I really want to like if we want to talk about social media marketing and build off of today's conversation, but also I'll be getting ready with me probably for like dinner or something like that, like a
Yeah.
little makeup. FAQs all night long. Kind of, I think we've built a huge community on TikTok, and I don't think we've had the opportunity to come on here from the people behind cakes and answer burning questions because of so much of our content that you see on TikTok is through affiliates, which is such a beautiful thing. But I feel like we could answer some burning questions or how to wear, how to style, what to do, this, you know what I mean? And come from us. So yeah, that's what it's all going to be about
Yeah.
tonight. Ava, also, my
Oh,
sister, she looks exactly like me. My little sister comes home from college tonight for my grandma and Ted's birthday. So maybe I'll have her come in and
that
say
would
hi.
be so fun. You guys can do side by sides. Anna reminded me we need to pick a winner. We're gonna send coffee to someone in the comments. So put your
Okay.
favorite Super Bowl snack or app in. Oh, Nicole,
Oh,
hi. Guys,
hi,
put your favorite
Nicole.
Super Bowl snack or food in the comments, and we're gonna pick a winner to send coffee to on us.
Woohoo.
And Wonderlux was asking they want to try the product. Any recommendations? Cakes OG circles. That's our standard size is our
Mhm.
best seller. Um, and then yes,
Future.
and then if you need help like reading the size guide, just reach out, contact at cakesbody.com or in the DMs, and we get back pretty
We
quickly.
do. Buff chick dip is
Oh
mine
my god,
as
buffalo
well.
chicken dip is mine as well.
I just, for anyone who's dairy free, I nailed a dairy free version with cottage cheese. And it's so good. So
Oh god, that sounds healthy.
make that for Super Bowl. Yeah, so come join on TikTok shop tonight. I'll be there at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I can answer any other questions that you guys have. More than happy to help.
Anna, let's pick our first commenter with wings, Fina001.
Oh, feel better. These sicknesses go, Aaron, like these sicknesses going around is I was out for the count for like two
Yeah, we
weeks,
got it.
2 weeks ago. Well, this was so fun, Taylor. Thank you
Yeah,
for
this was
letting
great.
me.
Great chatting. Great
Thank
chatting
you.
with you all. Thank you guys for joining
I
us for our
know.
coffee date.
I know. Thank you for letting me be Casey today.
This was
Casey,
amazing. Come
miss you.
back for a little cameo. I think this was great. Great energy. Great to change it up with a little youthful spirit.
Woo! No, I appreciate it. I think we had really good conversation today, and I want to get more on. I want to get more on the Super Bowl stuff. People were into that.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot to discuss next
We
week
will,
if it's rigged.
definitely.
Okay, we'll update everyone then. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Love
Love
yous.
yous.
Bye.
Bye.